later this year. You might remember Chris Fry with us back in December, sharing about that exciting work. Well, this morning is what we call Reach South Sunday, where the senior pastors from each of the churches swap around. And it's our pleasure this morning to have Jonny Clifton visiting us this morning from Redeemer Winchester. So, because most of you probably don't know him, I'm just going to ask him a few questions so that you can get to know a bit, and he will then be teaching us from the book of Acts later. So Jonny, welcome.
Thank you. Lovely to be here.
Please start off just by telling us a bit about yourself.
Yeah, hi, my name's Jonny. I am the pastor at Redeemer Winchester, married to Laura, and we have 4 wee people, not so wee now actually. Was it 15 down to 9? I could tell you the other ages, but I'd probably get it wrong, so yeah.
Great, thank you. And so, can you tell us a bit about how you became a Christian?
Yeah, I'd love to. I grew up in Southampton, so not too far from here. And one thing, my parents went to church, took me along, and they were brilliant. They were always very insistent, you must come to church, but also you need to kind of work this out for yourself a little bit. I don't really remember not believing, but I think for me a significant moment was a friend who was a Muslim friend, 16 or so at the time, and kind of just challenged me, like, what's the difference between your God and my God? Is it just different ways up the same mountain, that kind of idea? And that really shook me. Never thought about that. So I went home, spoke to my parents, and they were brilliant. They said, you need to read the Gospels again for yourself. They gave me, it's a bit of a dated book now. It's dated then, so that, it's even more dated now, called Who Moved the Stone? And I was looking at the evidence for the resurrection. And that blew my mind. I never realized that actually there was concrete historical evidence for why we can believe in Jesus. So I read the Gospels, read that book, looked into Islam a little bit, realized that God doesn't have any way of dealing with sin in a just and merciful way. And so became more convinced. I think I was a Christian beforehand, but certainly after that was a convinced Christian. When I was 16, 17, yeah.
Great. And now you're in full-time Christian ministry. What was it that made you then want to go on to become a full-time pastor? I feel like the Lord is good. It's not the answer you're probably looking for. I slipped into it a little bit. At my final university, someone said, we need more people to kind of train into ministry. You should go and do 2 years working for a church in London. I wasn't really thinking very clearly. I wanted to live in London, so went that way. But again, the Lord is good, and I think the longer I was doing it, the more I had a sense of, this is not only something that I feel able to do, but deep down really want to do, a sense of internal calling to it. I think that the need for people to be able to, churches to be pastored well, Christians to have a pastor who can just walk alongside them all the way to glory, share the gospel with others. So all those kind of things became much more apparent to me and confirmed, this is what I want to be doing. Great. And now you're pastor of Redeemer Winchester.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about what church looks like?
Yeah. We got going actually 6 years to the day of our first kind of public meeting. So we're a little bit. We left Christchurch to make the team, and so a little bit older than you guys. Churches, we meet in school as well. Nice crowd every morning, and we have an evening service. I think it's probably quite similar to you. I'm looking at some of your names, and I'm thinking, I know where you got some of those kind of titles for programs and things, Trinity Women, Redeemer Women, and so on. So probably very similar to what you guys do here. Yeah.
So, final question: how can we pray for Redeemer?
Oh, brilliant! Thank you. We love your prayers. One big issue we're trying to work through at the moment is venue, probably outgrowing our morning venue. There aren't many other options or obvious options, so please pray for that. And we're currently doing a kind of Christianity Explored course. There's 2 people there thinking about the Christian faith. We'd love them to have certainty that they put their hope in Jesus as well. So those 2 things would be really precious. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. So